Hello, my name is Julie, and this is KS Mom Crochets, and today is Crochet Podcast number 90. Wow, almost to 100. That's crazy. So I do have a few finished objects to share with you all, and yeah, so let's just go ahead and get started. So I finished my Lulu's crochet dolls, and I'm so excited to share her with you guys. This book right here is called Lulu's Crochet Dolls by Lulu Compotine. I'm not sure. And I made this little girl right here, which is Zoe. And you can see her better on the back there. And last week I shared that I had her almost done. I had her body done. She just needed her clothes. And she is so adorable. I love how she came out. I think she is so super cute. So I used a 3mm hook on this whole entire project, including the clothes. I gave her 10mm eyes, and again, I talked last week about how I moved the eyes up a little bit too high because I wanted them to be a little bit higher than what the pattern called for, and I was not able to put the embroidered hair that she had on her, so she just has her wig cap there, but I think that it looks really cute like that, so I'm fine with that. Next time I make this, though, I will try to fix the eyes a little bit lower. I did use Premier Basics DK, and the body color is called Tan, and it's not really showing up on camera, but as you can tell, it's not the best skin tone color, but it was all that I had. It's almost got like I don't know, it's not like a true tan color, I guess, but that's okay. And then for the gray that you see there is called Fog Gray. And then the rest of it is Bon Bon Eintz yarn that I got from Mary Maxim in the color Chocolate for her hair. And then this color right here, I think I said last week that it was Denim, but I'm pretty sure it's Lagoon. So yeah, I said that wrong. And then this right here is a discontinued yarn from Hobby Lobby. I don't think they sell it anymore, and it's called Yarn Bee Snuggle Up in the color white. And I use that. I've been using that same skein of fur yarn for forever. But it was the perfect addition for her little furry scarf. And I just, like I said, I think she is absolutely adorable. I obviously talked last week about how I changed her body and stuff, so I'm not going to go into that details this time, but I will say that I did change her hat and made it a lot different than the pattern. I just created my own hat. I do not like working small rows back and forth. I don't like making hats that way. And so I just opted out of that. And I just made her a little double crochet hat with the front post, back post, for the brim. Or I think I did front post and then just double crochet in the next all the way around. And then I did use my pom-pom tassel maker and made her a little pom-pom for her hat. And I think she's super cute. Oh my gosh, I just love her. I tied a little piece of this gray yarn around her braids there, or her pigtails, I mean, to just kind of hold them together. She does suggest doing that in the pattern, and I just love these little pants. Let me see. The scarf does help with her head because her head is a little wobbly, I mentioned that last week as well, that her head's a little wobbly, but the scarf really helps with that. But as you can tell, it's like she has like little shoulders. It really blends in, I like how they kind of flare out on the sides there. But I just think she is absolutely adorable, and I just love her to pieces. And I cannot wait to make more of these dolls. Like I said before, I really want to make the sister to her. When did I do that book? Right here. I really want to make her as well. So hopefully she will come up soon. I'm not sure when that I will start her I don't know if I'll probably wait just a little while, but this doll was so easy to make. I definitely think that a beginner could do this pattern. It's really, really good. And like I said, the only thing that you really need to pay attention to is the neck area, and just make sure that you put something down in there. You know, I usually use pipe cleaners, but I have had people tell me in the comments that they use glue sticks, which is also another great way to sturdy up the neck. And also I've heard people using like hair curlers that you get from the Dollar Tree. I've heard that before too. So there are a lot of different things that you can just kind of stick down in that neck area to hold it up. But I just love her. And I thought about giving her a mouth, but I changed my mind. I just left it plain. But yeah, I really like her a lot. So that is my Zoe doll from the Lulu's Crochet Dolls book. And I'm really happy with that book, you know, like I really do think that it's awesome. The next finished object that I have is a Tutor Fan. Guys, I couldn't help it. I just could not help it. That party yarn was just screaming at me to be a Tutor Fan. And several of you in the comments agreed with me that it needed to be a Tutor Fan. So y'all, I made another Tutor Fan. And I love it so much. I love it so much. I actually used a little bit smaller hook than what I normally do. Usually for a 4-weight yarn, I will use a 3.75, but I went down to a 3.5 because the yarn is just a little bit thinner. And I think that it turned out really, really cute. And I'm not going to bore you all with all the details of how I make this, because I've told you guys several times how that I adjust for the tail and all that. But this pattern did come out of my Quick and Easy Crochet book. I've had this book for years. It's been reprinted quite a few times. And I know that I've seen this before in Michael's, and I've had people tell me that they've seen it in their local Joann's. I got my copy off of eBay though, so you can find it on eBay, but this pattern is available in the Etsy shop of Lucy Collin, or Lucy Ravenscar is her Etsy shop name, and I will have it linked below. I was told that the Etsy shop pattern is in US terms, but this book right here is in UK terms. I was looking at her Etsy shop, and she has a lot of patterns that I want to do. So I think that she will be, I need to branch out and try some of her other patterns as well. But I just love how this turned out. Now I used, like I said, a 3.5 millimeter hook on this, and I used the Big Twist Party yarn in the color Bubble Tea. And it is just so pretty. Like, I just love it so much. And like I said, it is a 4-weight yarn. But I did do the Little Tooterphant, and I have done the Big Tooterphant in a 4-weight yarn. I'm pretty sure I used like a 5 millimeter hook, because I think that's what I used at the time. Either a 5 or a 4. And it's really big compared to this. This one is actually still pretty good size, but it's still small enough to where, you know, it'll be easy to set around. But I did want to show you the difference between the one that I showed a few podcasts ago and the 2-weight, what was it called? Yarn Art Jeans Tropical Yarn. Here they are together. I'm having a hard time getting it to balance. It will when it's sitting still, but with me holding it, it's a little bit hard to do. But this one right here, this top one, is a 2-weight, and then the bottom one is a 4-weight. And like I said, both of these are the Little Tooterphant pattern. And I just think they look like mommy and baby. But those colorways, it really is like that jeans yarn, the way that those colors flow. And I like how this Bubble Tea has that little pop of purple in it. I think that's really pretty. So yeah. And like I said, every single time I did give them Cassandra over at craftablyeverafter's embroidered eye, and I think that it's perfect. It's perfect for this pattern, and I love that I can show you the difference the difference in the 2-weight and the 4-weight. Almost forgot to tell you all that this is how much I had left out of the party yarn making this Little Tooterphant. And this party yarn is 3.5 ounces or 240 yards. And I'm not sure how much this ball actually is that's left, but with my tension and a 3.5 millimeter hook, I mean, I wouldn't call that yarn chicken or anything because I had plenty there. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted you all to know. But I just think it turned out awesome. And this pattern, it just makes me so happy. I don't know why that I love this pattern so much, because there are so many awesome patterns available out there, but for some reason this one just brings me so much joy, and I can make it over and over and over again, and I never get tired of it. And I don't know, maybe I'm just weird or something, but it just makes me so happy. But I just love it. I love how it turned out. I hope that you all don't mind seeing another Tooterphant. And I know I say this every time, but I know that it won't be my last one, because like I said, I just love this pattern like so much. Like, I have so much love for that. And I love seeing other people's Tooterphants. Like, it just makes me so happy to see somebody else make a pattern that I just love so much, you know? And I've had people email me pictures of their Tooterphants, and I've seen other YouTubers do them, and it just brings me so much joy. It really does. And then my last finished object is, I really didn't have any intentions of making this pattern, but I was just struggling with one of my works in progress, just like struggling so hard with that pattern. And I just needed a little bit of instant gratification. And what is my number one person to bring me instant gratification? It is Carrie Lord. So I pulled out this book right here, How to Crochet Animals Wild. She has 4 different books in this series: Wild, Pets, Farm, and Ocean. And this one is definitely my top favorite book of the series. Like, I just want to make every single animal in this book, almost every single animal. And I've made several out of this already. And I just love the hippo. I just love it. So that's what I decided to make, was the little hippo. And isn't she adorable? Oh my goodness. I just love her so much. So I have been using this Bon Bon Arts Brown Heather yarn, and I had finished the projects that needed this color. I had finished up, you know, what I needed out of that skein, and I had some left, and I thought this would be perfect to use up the last of that. And I had almost enough to make this, except for the last, I ran out before I could make the bottom legs of that skein. So that skein went a whole lot farther than what I thought it would. But I just love this so much. Like I said, I used the DK weight Bon Bon Arts yarn from Mary Maxim, and I used a 3mm hook. And it came out of this book right here. And it's so easy. It's so simple. There are a lot of mini animal books out there. And you know, I drew one out a while back, and I just really didn't enjoy that book. But I really enjoy making these. They still have little fiddly parts, you know, because you do have a lot of pieces, like the head and the body separate, your arms and your legs are separate, the ears, even the nostrils are separate that you have to sew on, but it's really simple to do. I think that you could change, I think if I ever make this again, that I will change the nostrils to be a bobble stitch, because it would be so easy just to do that instead of sewing those little nostrils. Well, actually, you don't sew them on, you crochet them on, but you still have to sew in your ends, you know. And I did change the ears just a little bit. I just, like, you know how you'll have like an ear that's long and then you want to like pinch it together at the bottom? If that makes sense. That probably makes no sense. But I just wanted it to be like kind of pinched inward, I guess, to make it look more like an ear. But it would have been cute either way. And then that eye from Cassandra is just absolutely perfect. perfect. It's absolutely perfect for these. I just did a smaller number of stitches, and I just love it on her. I just love it. This is one of my top favorite patterns from Carrie Lord. Like, I love the big version of it as well. I've made it so much. I've made it so much. Actually, I've made this pattern before as well. My daughter has it upstairs. So, just a little small one. And just for reference, this is the same exact yarn. I think I showed this last week finished. And this is the Highland Cow out of Edward's Menagerie, the new collection. And it's in the old one as well. But this is the size difference. I use the same exact hook, 3mm hook, and the same yarn. And this is the size difference in between the, the mini Menagerie and the regular Menagerie, the Edward's Menagerie. So, I think that's pretty cool to see them together. And there is a Highland Cow in that book, or one of those books. I can't remember which one it was. But there is one, but it doesn't look like this one. So, but I think that it's cute to see them together and to see the size difference, because they're basically shaped exactly the same. They're just, you're doing less stitches, and these things work up so fast. Like, I made this in just a couple hours, and that was watching TV and, not really like paying attention, So it really didn't take long at all, and it's super fun to make these little ones. I really want to make the elephant, because I don't know if I've ever made the elephant out of that. So yeah, that is all of my finished objects. I do have 3 active whips. One of them I'm not going to show you all because it's for Cassandra's Mix and Match Challenge, and I really just want to finish it because I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. Like, I've started it, but I don't know. I'm not completely set on a plan yet, so I'm going to wait until it's done to share that with you all. But I did work so hard on Peggy the hippopotamus out of Pica Pau 3 by Jan Schinkel. I really wanted to finish this for this podcast. I was determined that I was going to finish it, but I didn't. I didn't get it done. Basically, I just did not get it done. So, I did show her, this is what I showed last week. I had her, her body and her head attached. So this is what the progress that I made last week. And then I have made a lot of little bits and pieces. I just haven't sewed, her together yet. And it's going to take me a minute to get all this stuff out of this bag, because there's a lot. Okay, so I did make her outer part of her ears. I still have to make the inner pink, and I'm going to use this color right here, which I think is just called pink. Or maybe it's rose pink. I don't know. It's the lighter pink color that's on Mary Maxwell's website. But I'm going to put that on the inside of the ear. But these ears, they look like, bear ears. So what I was talking about with that hippo as well is that you have to, like, pinch the sides together like that to make them look more like a hippo's ears. So I will try to, like, hold this up if I can. So there's kind of what she's going to look like. I don't know, I'm not doing a very good job. That's really hard to do. But I did get her little her little arms done. I did notice in her pattern that in the book, she shows you a picture, like a side picture of the arm of this hippo. And, if you see there, she has stripes on her arm to match her shirt. But in the pattern, it just tells you to do straight single crochet rows in white yarn. It doesn't tell you about the color changing. So if you do the color changing like that it shows in the picture, I would just pay attention to the picture because it just looks like she changed colors a couple times there. I think it would be easy to figure out how many rows you need to do in each color. But I just thought that was kind of odd that she showed it with color changing, but then in the pattern it didn't say to change color. But I didn't change color, so it didn't affect me any. I do like that she uses the bobble stitch for the little thumbs there. The only thing that I don't like is that, you know, your thumbs have to go a certain way. And so this side's going to have a color jog showing, and I usually hide that with the body. But in order to get the thumbs to go the right way, it's going to show that color jog. So I wish that I had went farther with this brown, but I didn't realize that at the time. So that's just a little tip too. And I started her clothes, and y'all, I'm telling you what, these pants, I do not like making these pants at all. And if I did not say that I was going to do this pattern, I think that I would have just made her a hippo with no pants, or I would have created my own pants, because this is one panel. This is one leg. I have to make a second leg. It took me 3 hours to do this. And I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty fast crocheter, especially making amigurumi and stuff, because I've just done it so much. But I am horrible at back loop only. Like, it is so tedious for me. And so I did change the pattern just a little bit, because she wants you to do a slip stitch down here, and then up here she wants you to do a half double crochet slip stitch. I don't even know what that is. I'm sure it's in the book, but I didn't even know what that is. So I did do the slip stitch for the bottom of the pants, which I hated every second of that. But then for this other part of the row, I changed to just a single crochet in the back loop, which is still tedious for me to do. So yeah, 3 hours, seriously. Like, it took me forever to do this. And I did start the second one, and I just had to stop. Like, I mean, sometimes you just have to walk away, and I walked away because I'm just not enjoying these pants at all. And that is why that I made that little hippo, because I just needed some instant gratification. And these were not giving me instant gratification. So like I said, I have to make the other panel, and then you have to sew them together and all that. And then I think there's like a waistband that you have to put or like crochet on as well. So, I mean, it's going to take me a long time to finish these pants, but I'm determined to get them done. Now, I did enjoy the cardigan. This is what the cardigan looks like, and I'll try to put it on her. I know that these pants are like a high-waisted pant, so I think, because I was thinking, well, this cardigan's a little short, because I do have to go around and give it like a trim. I haven't done that yet, but I feel like it's a little short. I've just got her arms stuck in there. But I know that the pants are a little high-waisted, so I think that before I do the trim on this, I'm going to try to finish the pants so that I can see exactly where they hit, because, you know, if you might stuff more than her, or your tension may be different than her, so I want to make sure that they actually come up as far as they're showing in the picture before I continue with the cardigan. I may go ahead and attach the arms or the sleeves to the cardigan, because it does have sleeves, but as far as the trim goes, I'm going to wait until I finish this, and hopefully I can get this done next week. I just want to get it done. I just want to get it done and, you know, move on to something else, because you know, I do have another project kind of in queue from my other basket that I draw out of. And I really want to get started on that the cat pattern that I drew out of, or that I want to make out of that book. So I did get a little tiny progress on my filet crochet elephant chart that I'm doing. And it comes, or well, here's the chart right there that I'm following. I did change it just a little bit. I would show you, but there it is. That's my chart that I'm following. But here is what it looks like in the book. I just changed the trunk a little bit, and I changed the tail because I didn't really like the tail. Yeah. But this comes out of the Crochet World, August of 2000, and I really am enjoying it. I've just not worked on it as much as what I could have, I guess. But this is all I've got done. I've got 4 rows. I'm 4 rows in. So you can start to see the legs there, and I'm just doing it in this Aunt Lydia's Classic 10 in the color Stone. And then I have a 2mm hook. And I know I forgot to say like all the colors on Peggy, the Hippo, but that's okay. Because if you really want to know what colors and all that good stuff for Peggy, go back and watch my last podcast, podcast 89, because I did list all that. But this project is used with this and a 2mm hook. And it's working out fine. It's going to be pretty good sized, just like this one that I showed last week. A lot of you all suggested that I frame that, and I absolutely love that idea. I did look on Amazon to see how much a frame for that size would be, and it was pretty expensive. So I don't know when I will be able to do that, but for now, I'm just going to leave it on the back of my chair. I may just, I may pin it so it doesn't fall down, but it's sticking up there pretty good. So I think for now that's where it's going to stay until I can afford to get one of those frames, because it's kind of pricey, especially when you have like an odd shaped frame. They're a little bit more expensive than, you know, just your run-of-the-mill 5x7 that you can go to the dollar store and get, you know. But anyway, like I said, I'm starting on the legs. So this is fun to work on. I really do enjoy doing the filet crochet. But like I said, I was determined that I was going to get Peggy done, and it just did not happen. It just did not happen, guys. So hopefully next week she'll be a finished object, but I don't know. I don't know if she will or not. I did want to say a big thank you to everyone that messaged me and told me that somebody was pretending to be me on Instagram. So I'm not very active on Instagram. I very rarely get on there. I haven't posted since like last October, and I don't know. I'm not a big social media. Like YouTube is my main, obviously, social media. This is like the only thing that I really do. So I hadn't really got on there or anything, so I didn't know that. So I really do appreciate you all looking out for me. And I did report that profile that they had made, because they had like stole my picture, like my profile picture and everything. It's crazy how people do that, and it's like, why would you want to be me? Like, I don't even have like a ton of people that follow me or anything. But anyway, so I did get that shut down, so hopefully it's gone now. But I just wanted to let you all know that I don't create new accounts or anything like that. So if somebody ever tries to follow you that's saying that they're me, you know, if something ever happened that I did create a new account or something, I would let you all know through my videos or on my community tab. So I just wanted you to be aware of that. I also want to thank you all so much for all your lovely comments, all your encouragement. Oh my gosh, I really do appreciate you all so much. It makes me so happy that you all are enjoying my videos and enjoying spending time with me. I am going to record a look inside video after this. I'm done with this video, and I'm going to use this book right here, which is Designer Amigurumi. And I think this is a great book, and I can't wait to show you all. I have showed it before, but it's been a really long time ago. So I'm excited to make a separate video for that. And I did want to mention that Sandy told me to let you all know that she has over 70 crochet books as well, and a lot of them were because of me. And I don't mean to enable you all too much, but it does make my heart happy that, you know, that you can find something that you love through my channel, or that you can be inspired by me to, you know, get something or whatever. So thank you, Sandy, for that. And like I said, I get wonderful comments all the time. I get emails from you all, and it just makes me so happy. I've made a lot of really good friends through YouTube, and I'm just very thankful for you all. So that's all that I have for you all. I hope that you enjoyed seeing my projects, and I hope you look forward to seeing a closer look inside this book. And yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, guys, I will see you in another video. Bye.